It's sitting way inside, so we're gonna get this tweaked into place properly. Now, I got the black replacements here. So I know I've been in here before. These are the heavy-duty Liftrod springs. So they give extra pressure. So you really don't need a whole lot of movement here to get a lot of force. But that's moving pretty far. So we're going to adjust the upper Liftrods here. We're going to check the lower adjustment because you always want to check both. If you change one, check the other. And we're going to get this up and out of the way. So we got our half inch, 9/16 and 3/4. Those are the wrenches we're going to need. And always good when these are right. If somebody has a replacement for something else, there's an Allen head to use to raise and lower them. So we got our Allen wrenches too. On the same thing right here. This also uses an Allen to raise it up. Usually though, once you take the tension loose here, you can move that with your fingers. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this loose so we can raise it up. And then we're going to take these loose so we can move it forward. Now, another part I want to show you is the way it's tilted like it is. Right here, that's going to impact there. It can't go up any higher. That's going to cause issues. So, we're going to make sure it's, when it's forward, it's got clearance to go. We're going to pop her out loose here. And they're going to clip bolt. Now we got forward, we're going to tighten it back up. They don't resume balling in a minute here. We're going to go find another ball. So we have a ball to use while we're adjusting it. Tighten that up. Make sure we're going to play here. Tighten this side up. There we go. Now you can see right here, right there, it's polished. Where that's been rubbing, comes up. We're going to snug that back down just right now. And I gotta go grab a ball, so I'll be right back. We're back. Now, you can see this lane's obviously had ball issues because somebody has put kicker after kicker after kicker after kicker after kicker on here. They don't need all that. If a kicker's not doing it, you need to wipe your ball wheel or fix your adjustments. This is a waste of money. When the kicker gets worn down, you scrape it off, you replace it. Adding one after another like this is just throwing money out the hole. It's also why a whole lot of pins get kicked out, because the ball has no chance to pause between your kickers. through. If there's a pin in front of it, you're forcing the pin through too. So we're gonna have to come back through and we're gonna have to scrape these out. For the moment, let's finish what we started here. Now, they're done, they quit bowling on me, so I'm gonna go ahead and shut this off. Just like that. That way, while I'm down here working, it won't kick on and catch me or anything. First thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna set, while I've got it off nobody's ball, I'm gonna go ahead and set this. Get the ball spin eliminator on here to the point where it's just touching a ball. That's all it's got to do. It's just got to touch it. Once the ball's on the ball wheel, it touches that and I'll spin a go. We don't need it to grab any more than that. That shouldn't actually stop the ball from rolling like back here. This shouldn't have anything to do. Once it gets there, boom, it's on there. So now we know there's proper friction between the ball wheel and the ball. So we're going to stuff that down right there. There we go. That's all set. But we're going to move that out of the way for right now. Like that. So we can roll the ball forward and get it just under the lift rods. Just a little bit here. Just about there. You see, this is actually there's too much gum rubber on here. This should be sinking in a bit more, but we can work with this. So the ball right here, just after it's fully engaged, around 9/16, we're going to take this one loose. Now, we're going to bring this down. Maybe. Grab our Allen. Touching right there. Now they finally got some bowlers back over here, so now that the bottom's set, I'm gonna let that out. We're gonna get the ball out the way because they're gonna start bowling again. Now this works out for me because now check this part of my adjustment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to watch and make sure that this isn't stopping any ball. I'm going to make sure the ball is pretty close to here. The first part I want to make sure of is the ball's entering the lift rods properly. So I'm going to block that up out of the way and wait for them to bolt. That's a ridiculous amount of kickers right there. When you're looking at $30 to $70 to $90 a roll or more, you got a whole bunch of kicker material right there almost lining the ball wheel, and most of it's not doing any good at all. impede the progress of the ball getting from the pit board onto the ball wheel. Flawless. All right. Now that we got that set, take a 2 3/4 inch wrenches here. We're gonna loosen this up. I had to take my torque hit it. What we're gonna do, we're gonna tighten this up to the point to get it. Tighten this up to the point where it's not slamming back and forth when the ball goes over the top. If you've got this too far out, if this rod is too far out, your balls can actually launch off the top of the lift rods into the pulley. Well, now you've just damaged the ball because you're trying to put too much pressure on the ball wheel. You want the right amount of tension for the ball to go through. Or it just rolls over the top. It's like a nice smooth transition. This isn't flopping out 6 inches. Technically, the lift rods need to be bent over, but we're just doing the basic adjustments right now. Bending these lift rods is how you make your actual true adjustments. These are minor adjustments to just get you by until you can properly adjust these. These lift rods are all bent out of shape. Somebody bent them wrong, which is why you have to be very cautious when you're bending lift rods. You can see right here, this is bent in on the long rod. The top part of it is bent in, whereas the bottom here is bent out. So the balls can come back too far here, and yet over here not far enough. That also throws off your tops. You'll wind up having this rod will be bent one way or another because the spacing here is off, your heights are different. It's a whole lot of a mess. We're going to watch this ball go through here. See, that goes far enough for this to trigger. But it doesn't take a whole lot. When you want this to be able to move enough, the ball preference system to trigger. No more than that. Now that that's adjusted, we're going to go ahead and put our nut back on. And again, that's an adjustment that can be made at any given point in time. I mean, you don't want to be dropping your tools in there while people are bowling. As long as you're paying attention to what's going on around you, you can make your adjustments. There's washers missing here. Now, the problem here is with that washer missing, the flex that this rod's going to do as it goes in and out is going to be directly in the nut. So this nut's going to work its way loose instead of having that washer in between there to give it a buffer. Without that buffer, this will come loose. It doesn't matter how old or how new this nut is, it will come loose. These bolts come through just right. These caps should be basically more or less flat. So there's too much gum rubber here at the top. These didn't get trimmed down far enough. It should have been trimmed about there. So this could have sat down right. Same thing with this side. Somebody haphazardly trimmed it, and this cap should should be sitting down there. So there he is. Yeah. At all points, this thing was not transparent. Another ball go through. There we go. That should resolve the days where the issues we've had with lane 11. I posted a video on it where we saw how this was affecting balls, how the clapper was not at the right adjustment for balls, and I saw the pressure today up here was not right. Now the problem is here is if you let this out and try to put more pressure to force balls through, now you're putting all that pressure at this top part of the pivot point right there on the ball wheel guide roller. What's going to happen is the ball wheel guide roller, eventually there's going to be so much pressure between the ball and the ball wheel, it's going to push out the guide roller. Your guide roller is going to come loose, and then you're going to have a floating ball wheel. And your floating ball wheel, well, then you got a whole bunch of ball calls, and you're going to sit there and you put beakers and everything else on here trying to make it go, but you just got to tighten that down. So, now that we're done with 11, we're going to grab the same tools again. We're going to head over to 10, because we saw 10. Now there's a special thing about 10 over here. As you can see right here on 11, we got one spring. We got one rod. This is common. This house, there are several of this style. Now this one's got 2 springs on it. It's got 2 rods, 2 springs. They're not even equally pressured at the moment. You can see one's way loose and one's stuck. You can see right here. One's sticking out further than the other by a few threads. So what we're going to do, we're going to watch this ball go through and we're going to see how far open this gets. Yeah, that's a lot of play. There's nothing on this side that's triggered by a ball going through, so there's no reason to have that much movement when the ball goes through. Again, if it launches off the top of here, but you can see, this one's just the opposite of that one. This one was cut too short. So now the caps are turned back instead of nice and level, and there's gaps behind them. These gaps, with too much pressure on the top here, these gaps will stop a ball. They will stop right here and they will just sit. Sometimes they'll even spin. But you can see right in that screw, there's ball damage. That is, let me get a little light here. That's ball material filling that hole. That's ball material on the outside of it. So there have been balls shooting out of here, hitting that. Some of them have jammed in there pretty good. Now, that's not just from launching out. They can also be from balls getting stuck, and people throw too many, and they stack up against there. But either way, that's bad. So, let's go ahead and get our adjustments done here. Get this all fixed up. Now, again, this is another lane where I've shot the video, and we whacked into a guard. We've watched, oh, look at that. See, that does no good whatsoever. This is useless. This is literally propped against the bottom here to the point where it cannot be moved whatsoever. Part of that is because, again, this gum rubber, it's all covered in crud, or this urethane, I should say, is too low, pushing down this bottom corner, so it's way off too. The only way we're going to be able to fix this is try to get some air up into the rod and work the rod back up into the cover and work this cover back up, because this does not work. This will not do anything but cause problems. So we need to get this fixed immediately. Another thing we're going to do immediately, we're going to get this spinning bowl eliminator out of the way. I'm going to take it loose. These are not a necessary part of ball return to work. These are not in any way an integral part of the ball return. These are an add-on. Your ball return should work without them and only need them on occasion for smaller balls or lighter balls. We're going to move this up so it doesn't block any balls. We're going to need what we need. Well, we go get it. Now that now that's sitting right. We can pull this down further. Where it's supposed to be. We'll grab it. That side of there. There we go. So I'll go fix that. I'll be right back. Liftrods been corrected, or short rod's been corrected. The bottom quarter's been corrected here. Bang on the gap in the front of there. So now we need a screwdriver to correct this. And we'll make this loose. Now that's going to cooperate about as much as it did on the other part. So, yeah, I don't know what to do. You know, we're not even going to bother. We're not going to adjust it. We're going to take it off. We're going to cut it down to size so we can get done with this today. Too far out, but it's out far enough. Keep what we're gonna do. Put it right down to the middle. Now that we got that clear trimmed down, you see the rubber's still past, the everything's still past the metal, no exposed metal bar, so no ball damage. At this point, let's get it put back together. Something wrong here because there should could be a bushing in there. Keep that from wobbling around that much. But there is one. Piece of work here. Just like that. Get this tightened back down. A little bit. See what happens when the bolt comes through. I couldn't ask for much better than that, so I'm going to go ahead and clean that down. Anytime you got a set screw style, leave the Allen head in there while you tighten that down. That way, this won't spin while you're tightening the bolt, the nut, because this is the lock nut. That's basically what that is. So, we're going to watch a few balls. Now that we've got that adjusted, we're going to watch a few balls and make sure that this is functioning. If that's going good, then we'll start up here. Right? You can't ask for better than that, so I'm going to go ahead and move along this by a 3/4 inch. We're going to need that. We're going to pop these loose. Very hard because they weren't very tight. That one was a little bit more. Now what we're going to do is we're going to tighten these up a bit. Well, now that was the same tension as the other one. We already know this one's loose. We need to bring this up at the same time. When you got two springs like this, you want equal tension. Because if one got more tension than the other, that will allow one side of this going more than the other. I mean, you can see how far that just got moved. And we can go a little further still. We're going to go right about there. That's just about right. Now, a little bit of play isn't going to hurt. But when you're out that far, that's when you put too much pressure on your lift rods. These ones still have the old springs on it, thankfully. And you can see that they're much more evenly pressured now. We're going to watch for how that ball goes right over the top. Now, this cap here must be sitting there. Moving the cap back to make up for the fact that you cut it off too far This is how that works. These caps are shaped to fit. So if you need to cut your rubber down, or you need to cut your urethane, whatever you're cutting down, you put your cap on the side here, and you mark a line so you know where to cut it. You go in there willy-nilly, you just cut it down. Well, now you just cut it down too far. Without that inner sleeve, which we're gonna go find next because that's just bugging me. They can keep that centered. When it's set at the right spot, it has no problems. But when it's allowed to wobble around, it starts creating problems. So we're gonna take that back off. Yep, again, this is all part of the process, folks. If you don't want to redo something over and over again, do it right the first time.
Raise rack 7. Raise rack 7.
Yes, that was them asking me to hit the cycle button on 7. Nothing in there, so this is just wobbling all over us. We're gonna find a sleeve to put in here. Now this should have no problem running while we use them. That's about the perfect size. I mean, you don't get much better than that. And that should work just great. This is going to keep this straight instead of wobbling back and forth. Yeah, that's much better. It's not rotating around. Now it sits higher since it's not flopping around, so now we can lower that down just a little bit more. When you're tightening this down, this is a nylock nut. So it only needs to be stuck. It doesn't need to be overly tight. I mean, it'll still move. Drop this down to here. See, that's dead center right over the wall right there. Love tapping out of it, so we're going to do this a hair more. We'll tighten it up. We should now have perfection. At least as much as we can until we go through and get these Liftrods bent in. Too low there. So I'm gonna raise it those kickers right there. This ball is being friction the moment it touches any part of that ball wheel, whether it drops on there or not. That's why it's slamming around when it gets down there. Shouldn't have to be this touchy, but until I can get in here and scrape most of these off, we want it as close as possible. There you go, that's a really old house ball right there, and that one just barely nicked it. Let's get up here and get a better angle. Butter. Tighten this down and make sure it doesn't slide around. Alright, here comes our ball. Boom, right there. Boom, all the way. I will call that adjusted. Tighten these up real quick. One. Two. Yeah, nice and even here. Nice and even here. My springs won't feel about the same here. Alright. There it is. There's adjusting the lift rod to the ball spin eliminator on lane 10. Like that. That is a pit problem there. So that's not for this video, but otherwise, I will leave you with that gorgeous view of that ball motor right there. As always, put the guard back on when you're done. Pick up your tools, put your stuff away. Have a good day.